Hello everybody and welcome to Geopolitical Trends. My name is David Oualaalou. Great to be with you as always. Olaf Scholz, the German chancellor, is heading out to China tomorrow. What does it mean given the so-called unity in Europe? Is he breaking ranks with Europe? In this video, I'm going to provide you some insights that I don't believe Western media will want to disclose, But before I'll delve deeper, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification button so you will be notified every time I upload a new video. And thank you for your support. And it means a lot to me. And also, I enjoyed reading your comments and answering the questions. And we're here to learn from each other. That's the whole objective to it. So let's dive deep into this one here because it's an interesting topic. And yet we don't hear much about it here in the West. Well, now Olaf Scholz has been warned against breaking so-called the EU unity. Well, there is no EU unity to begin with. I'm sure you're aware of the ongoing demonstrations from Paris and Italy to Prague and Romania. And Bulgaria for that matter, and Moldova and so forth, even Germany in itself. And this is the thing, the sort of warning him against this because he's going solo to China for the visit. So he has been warned, Olaf Scholz that is, has been warned by the EU colleagues not to break the bloc's unity on China, What are they talking about? He's realizing where his country is going, economically speaking. It's like almost the fate of England, which is going down. Well, here's the thing. He confirmed, Olaf Scholz's office, that is, confirmed that the visit, I think it's going to be officially start on the 4th, which is 2 days from today. But he's going to be leaving tomorrow. And the argument is that from none other than the Estonian Prime Minister, Kaja Kallas. He said, and I quote, let me get the quote here, "Considering what's going on in China, it is in their interest to divide us. It should be in our interest to stay united." End of quote. Well, the Prime Minister of Estonia is because he's been hammered with sanctions from China. And I'll tell you why. Because here's the thing. For China, he said that it's best to deal with China when we are the 27 members, as in reference to the European Union. This is now a Latvian Prime Minister. His name is Karnias. I hope I pronounce it correctly. And all this, why is this? You're hearing this one from the Baltic states. Why? It's because after China imposed economic sanctions, or an embargo, if you will, on Lithuania over its decision to intensify its economic ties with Taiwan. Well, we all know about the one China policy, 2 states and 1 China policy. So Lithuania apparently said, no, we don't care. Well, if it's because it has been pushed, Lithuania that is, had been pushed by the EU to do so. So the 3 Baltic states, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, are particularly eager now that the EU will show some sort of a united front. It's nonsense. They're all seeing where the European economy is headed. England is falling into bankruptcy. Europe as a whole is falling into poverty. Just for the last few months, the poverty level in Europe rised so sharply. But we're not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about what is the significance of Olaf Scholz, the German chancellor, trip to Germany. Well, here is the thing. It was a report in the magazine in France called Le Monde, which said basically that Mr. Scholz, he turned down an offer from the French president, Emmanuel Macron, for the 2 of them to go to China together. You can read between the lines there, right there. Scholz doesn't want to go with France. Why? Because he wants to get the deal with China for his country. He doesn't care for the EU, given where things are headed. And as I said last time, most of the German companies are now concerned that some of them will shut down by the end of the year. So this is why he's going. He's not going because of the unity of Europe. It's nonsense. It is nonsense. He's going because he's seeing what's going on in Germany with demonstrations that's going on. People are fed up with what's going on and the possibility to save his political career. Remember, in one of the videos, I mentioned to you that most likely by the end of the year, we might see he might resign. He might be forced to resign. Maybe, maybe not. But the indications are there, or the signs, shall we say. So the spokesperson for Mr. Olaf Scholz, his name is Stefan Hebestre, said that on Monday that the trip will be short. Yeah, well, it's always been common, and I'm telling you this from experience, it's always been common under, what's her name, Angela Merkel, the previous chancellor, and even before her, Helmut Kohl and Helmut Schmidt, all of them, when they go to Germany, the plan is always to bring a delegation of German industrialists, business leaders that is, on the visit. Because China is their largest trading partner. That is the reason why. And also because you are realizing now the industries in Germany are forcing the chancellor to, hey, we need to get our ducks in a row here. Because with the energy crisis that they dug themselves into, they're realizing that company is going to be shutting down by the end of the year. And German people, as I said earlier, they are fed up. I just had a phone call yesterday with someone in Holland, Netherlands, the Dutch, well, they're neighbors. And I asked, they said, yeah, people are not happy in Germany. They are not happy at all. There's also another aspect that's going on is that some CEOs are concerned, are unhappy about the trip. And again, this is for domestic consumption, is for media consumption, no more, no less. The truth is the reverse. He's going because he starts to see, I better take care of my country here, economically speaking. This so-called European unity, it's just a window dressing. I'm telling you here, based on the trends that I'm seeing going on in Europe, the demonstrations, the increase in interest rates and so forth. All this is an indication for what's going on. That is the reason for all that. There is another issue that's going on in Germany right now. So domestically, the German chancellor has faced a fierce criticism over the direction of his China policy. After reports have emerged now that he was trying to push through with the purchase of shares in the Hamburg harbor by the Chinese state logistic company called Casco. Yes, they're gonna buy about, if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna get you the exact figure for this in a link, about 27%. So this is why now you're hearing some politicians, the opposition are calling for rebellion, so-called, in the parliaments against Scholz' trip. It's not gonna work. He already confirmed he's heading out there, also because he's concerned about where things are headed for Germany first. Otherwise, why didn't he agree to allow the French president Emmanuel Macron to go with him? Aren't they the voices of the European Union? So instead, he decided to go solo. He wanted to cut the deal with the Chinese for his country, and rightly so. If you are a head of state or in charge of a government, whatever, you're gonna think about the welfare of your country. And the arguments that some, and because the argument is from Olaf Scholz' perspective, is that the trade relationship between Germany and China account for more than $200 billion every year. So the German companies are thinking twice about, well, we better resolve this issue before it's too late. The issue of the energy, but also the issue of ensuring access to Chinese market. That is where the key about what's going on. Of course, the opposition, like for example, the Greens party and the liberal FDP party, see they argue that Germany's trade ties as a political risk with China, given China's increasing hostility vis-a-vis Taiwan. That's their argument. Well, wait a minute. What are you concerned about Taiwan if you are in Europe dealing with energy crisis? And this is where the concern, like I said in the video that I just released a few days ago, or yesterday actually, about the US plan to deploy B-52, 6 of them, to Australia. It's a a clear indication what is that against and what is it for. So for the German opposition parties to be arguing because of China's hostility in Taiwan, what do they care? You know, they have their own issues to deal with when high energy prices in Europe is skyrocketing and German peoples now cannot afford that. And this is, I want you to know, this is why Olaf Scholz is heading out to Germany despite what the European have been saying and all that. So here's my question for you for today. Is Germany breaking away from EU to save its economy? Here's I repeat the question again. Is Germany breaking away from the European Union to save its own economy? Make sure to let me know what you think and leave me some comments and I will answer. As always, guys, remember, geopolitics impact your daily life in more ways than one. Till next time. Bye-bye.